In Touch on WCCI. In Touch is heard Monday through Friday at 11:40 a.m. We have the pleasure today to be joined by Alan St. George, magician Jessica Peterson, master illusionist Ryne Strom, and Elton Litzner, who I'm going to call you a jack of all trades because I know a little bit about what you've done in the past.
Sure.
We want to talk about magic and music in Savannah. Alan, we'll start with you. Another great event you're bringing here, and what I like about this is you've brought some wonderful events here. Never the same show twice. Now you've got music, and let's talk about what's going to be featured that evening.
That's
and then on the matinee Sunday, Saturday and Sunday.
Great to be here, Brian. Thank you for having us back again. It's a beautiful sunny day in Savannah. Yes, this is a big show coming up this weekend, and we're doing music and magic this time. This is our fourth Magic in Savannah show, but the second time we're doing music and magic, so it's something for everybody. They're all different, as you said. Even if people have seen all of our shows, they won't see anything in this show that they've seen before.
And that's fantastic. And when we think about something like this, we think of driving in the car, at least to the Quad Cities, and you're giving the opportunity for people here in Northwest Illinois, Eastern Iowa, to come to Savannah and see this, and that's fantastic.
Well, yeah, kind of my goal has been to bring affordable shows that are really quality. So these are shows that I've seen myself. Recently, I was in Hollywood at the Magic Castle, and that's where I saw Tom Burgoon, who's one of the featured performers. He's not here with us today, but he will be in the show. Performed for President George W. Bush's inaugural ball twice, which is great to have him back. Shows that there's quality there. And I thought that was such a great act that when I saw it there, I thought, I know the people in our little corner of the Midwest would love to see Tom's act. He does comedy magic, so it's funny, but also he'll fool you. So I think people enjoy that. Jessica's going to talk about some of the other people in the show.
Well, and to add some stuff about Tom, he was actually just voted one of the top 20 comedy magicians in the country. So that's a really big honor for him. And people may have seen him recently on the hit TV show Masters of Illusion.
Oh,
so he was on there about 4 months ago. But yeah, it's actually the biggest show we've ever had at the theater. It took over 3 days to load everything in. And it's the type of show you'd see, like you were saying, you don't have to drive far. You see this in Las Vegas. You see this in New York, Florida. It's a huge show. One of the other performers, Ryne Strom, sitting right here, is a fantastic illusionist. He's Las Vegas style. He has an act that's designed to enchant the entire family. And believe it or not, he'll be appearing on Paula Sands Live on NBC this coming Friday, so be sure to check it out.
Oh, cool.
What time is he performing on Paula Sands' show?
I believe it's at 4:30 in the afternoon, so that should be a lot of fun.
Yeah, definitely have to tune in and watch.
Yeah, that's great. I'm glad you shared that. And
I didn't mention that Tom Burgoon is from St. Louis, so bringing him from, Kansas City. But we also have from Missouri, St. Louis Swing, which is a musical act. They do the greatest, it's kind of a tribute to the greatest generation of music. So it's like World War II, Frank Sinatra, Judy Garland, tight harmonies. They do tap dancing, retro costumes. They do a great show, and they'll be a big part of Act 2. Jessica mentioned it's a big show. It's about 2 hours, with the intermission. So people will really get their money's worth.
Yeah, before we proceed, one of the nice things about it here is the fact that the money raised goes to a couple of great causes. Let's talk about that, and then we'll
Thank
resume.
you for mentioning it. Yes, it is a benefit. So even though, I like to have fun, and I think people like to have fun while they're doing something for the community. So I think that's why the magic shows, magic and music shows are great. But it does fund 2 local organizations, the Savannah Historical Society, and then also Adrian's Angels, which is a pet rescue, which now has a physical location in Mount Carroll at 410 North Main Street. So we have a building now, and that's dedicated to saving the stray cats and dogs in our county, giving them homes and stopping the suffering. So 2 great, people can feel good that they're doing something for the place where they live, making it a nicer corner of the world, but also having a good time while they're doing it.
Well, that's fantastic. And let's talk a little bit more about the magic, because I think especially the youngsters, that's what they're excited about. And, the matinee's going to play right to them. What else is happening from the magic perspective? I know you have a lot of time and effort that you've put into previous shows, and now you're back, and we're glad that you're here again.
Yes, there's also, we didn't mention Jessica Peterson, the Princess of Magic. She'll be performing. You've seen her before in previous shows here in Savanna. She's actually one of the leading female magicians in the world. It's kind of a rare find in such a male-dominated profession. It's really not been until recently that women have really started getting into the field, and she is really one of the best that you can find. So you're really lucky to have such a rare performer here. But she's performed all over the place. She's performed in Atlantic City at the Borgata Casino. She's done shows at Six Flags Great Adventure, and she's even performed on MTV's TRL, Total Request Live, with Carson Daly. So she's got plenty of experience. She knows what she's doing. And in fact, last night we were working on some routines and going over some run-throughs, and her opening illusion, it's rare for a magician to be fooled by something, but I sat in the audience and watched Jessica do her opening number, and I just sat there and shook my head, and I just have no idea how she did it.
He said, how did you do that? She said, I'll tell you, but then I'll have to kill you.
Yeah, right. So if she can fool me, you're going to be amazed.
And Elton, not to slight you, I know that you're very important to the show. We mentioned in the opening, Jack of all trades. You're going to be in the technical end. Just talk about the busy night and the busy afternoon you'll have during the shows.
Oh, sure, absolutely. It's a full production. This is an evening of great entertainment, great theater, and a lot of the magic also happens backstage to put on such a production. The lighting, the sound. It's like NASA backstage. And all that hard work goes into making the best show possible, and we've got some really talented people, some world-class performers come into Savanna, which is a great opportunity for people to get out, have a good time, and support some good local charities and events.
People have to realize the opportunity that they have to see this great entertainment pretty much right in their backyard.
Thanks, Brian. Yeah, because we're bringing people from Atlantic City, New Jersey, from Kansas City, St. Louis, St. Charles. So we should people are probably wondering, when is it? We haven't.
When is it, and how do we get tickets?
Exactly. There's a lot of ways to get tickets. The easiest way is just to go to magicinsavanna.com, and they can buy their tickets with a credit card right online, print their own ticket, and bring it to the event. So this is very easy. But first, when is it? It's this coming weekend. So Saturday we have a show at 7:30 in the evening, and then Sunday a matinee at 2:30. So there's only 2 shows this time. So people should get their tickets right away. The doors will open a half an hour early, so doors open at 7 on Saturday and at 2 on Sunday. And another way they can get tickets besides magicinsavanna.com is they can call Jean Ferris, who is very important, as you know, in the Savannah Historical Society. Mm-hmm. But I couldn't do the show without Jean, and she's organizing all the ticket sales, so they can call her at 815-273-7262, or they can call my company, Facemakers, 815-273-3900 during business hours, Monday through Friday. So will people do that, get their tickets.
Well, that's great. Anything that we glossed over or missed? Any final thoughts?
The location of the theater.
Yes.
I'm going to tell them where that is.
800 Chicago Avenue, right here in Savannah. And it's a big, big building. You can't miss it. Plenty of parking.
Big banner out front that says Magic in Savannah.
Yes, we've got a big banner up on the building. So.
And well lit at night. It's pretty easy to see. That's really cool.
And the dates again are October 2nd and 3rd.
I'm looking at our time here, and I think we have time. We talked a little bit about Ryne maybe doing something to freak us all out here.
Great.
Let's give it a try. I'm kind of scared now suddenly that maybe I'm stepping into something that I don't want to do, but go ahead here.
All right, I thought it'd be great to do a little mind reading experiment. It's hard to do magic for a radio audience, obviously, because you can't see anything, but you can obviously do a mind reading experiment. So as long as you follow my directions exactly, I'm going to try to read your mind. It's really simple. It's going to involve some simple math. So if you're ready, let's go ahead and do this.
Okay.
So first off, I just need you to choose a number between 1 and 10. So not 1 or 10, but between 1 and 10. So you should have a number.
Okay.
Now multiply that number by 9. Hopefully you don't need a calculator for that.
I do. Can I take my shoes off?
Use all your fingers and toes. So you should now have a 2-digit number.
Okay.
So you take those 2 digits and add them together. So if you had 12, you'd add 1 and 2 to get 3.
Okay.
All right, now that you've added those together, subtract 5 from the new number.
Okay.
All right. Now you're going to correspond your new number to the alphabet. So if you have 1, it would be A. If you have 2, B, 3, C, and so on.
Okay.
So you should have a letter now. So now all you need to do is think of a country that starts with that letter. And if there's more than one country that starts with that letter, think of the biggest country that starts with that letter. Now think of the second letter in the country, and think of an animal that starts with that letter.
Okay.
And again, if there's more than one, think of the biggest animal that starts with that letter. And then think of the color of that animal. So now you should be thinking of a country, an animal, and the color of that animal.
Okay.
All right. Hopefully all of you at home listening can have this too. So now I'm going to attempt to read your mind over the radio waves. Some of you aren't thinking about the correct things. I'm getting some different messages.
I have a simple mind.
Yes. I'm getting a country and an animal and a color, but it doesn't make sense because there are no gray elephants in Denmark.
That is awesome. I don't know how you did that. That is awesome. Wow.
Just a sample of how amazed you will be this October 2nd and 3rd, this weekend.
Oh, man.
Yeah, come on down, bring the kids, take a journey into your imagination.
Well, thank you and good luck, and let's hope that it's a couple of wonderful, wonderful performances and people really enjoy it.
Thanks a million, Brian.
Thank you.
And that's today's In Touch right here on WCCI.